We met in 1986 or 87. We were teaching school together at St. Paul, the Apostle Catholic School. She was teaching English and I was teaching social studies. That's when we met that many years ago. And she was only there for a year, but there was something about Cyndi that in our relationship that carried on all these years. Upstate has the most caring faculty and administration. It is there for people that have never been to college, their families have never been to college. It's there for the non-traditional person, and that was Cyndi. Cyndi was non-traditional. She went out there as a non-traditional student, a mother with a child, got her degree, and ended up flourishing here in the city of Spartanburg as a professional banker, as in finance and in education, and the community work that she has done through the years is second to none. That's what Upstate's about. She's the epitome of it. I mean, Cyndi's been the president of the Kiwanis. I don't know how many pancake tickets I bought from her through the years. She was the state president of Business and Professional Women's Club. Anybody at Upstate today, knowing that Cyndi Waters is a graduate of that institution, is proud. And can't think of anybody better for the Distinguished Alumni Award for that reason. She does work for Upstate every day just because of the person she is.
I'm currently a commercial lender at Park National Bank. When I first graduated from Upstate, and back then it was USC Spartanburg, I worked for 4 years at D.R. Hill Middle School. I taught reading and language arts there in 7th grade. And then my last year of teaching, because I only taught for 5 years, was at St. Paul Catholic School, which is where I met Kathy. I actually became an Edward Jones broker. I took the Series 7. I tell people I still took it when it was taken on paper, and I passed it the first time because of my education background and because I was a Jones broker, so finance. I was able to take on that role as the training director for the Upstate for C&S Bank. I actually started at the College of Charleston, and my husband and I were living in Charleston at the time. My husband grew up in Inman, so he wanted to get back home. So when we came back up, I actually took a semester at Wofford, but then after that, I found my spot at Upstate. I had some very good professors. Some of my favorite ones were Dr. Fred Moore, who was my English professor, and Dr. Nancy Moore, who was also my English professor, Dr. Virginia Collins, who was my music professor. Dr. John Wilson was a wonderful history professor. He just made history come to life. And I loved history anyway, but I loved having his classes. There were only 5 buildings when I was on campus, and the Hodge Center at that time was where the food service was. They had the best chocolate-covered, cream-filled donuts. Then we'd go over there and, get a donut and hang out. So that's a good memory. During that first year, we had a daughter who was my best friend, other than Kathy, today. I was a parent and a wife and mother, and my husband and I are still together, so we survived it. It's very humbling. There are a lot of people who have had this award before me that I think probably were more deserving, but it makes me feel good that somebody, recognizes what I have done and what I can do. Thank you for naming me the 2022 Distinguished Alumni Award recipient.